Hey, Anthony here from the Best in the West. Today's a pump video. I'm pumping for another contractor, and the point is here. I've been pumping for other contractors and running my demo equipment for other guys. There's a recession coming, and that's what I've been preaching the whole time. You don't want to show up with a bucket of Home Depot bucket and some hand tools in a dead red recession. You can't walk up there and make thousands of dollars. So I'm just for I have a consulting business now too that I take calls on the phone. I'm gonna have a traveling one of a kind trade school where I'm going to El Paso coming up, and then I'm going to outside of Baton Rouge. I'm gonna be pumping concrete with guys who bought new pumps. I'll do a few videos of that. But what I was saying is, in the middle of a recession and a slowdown, and people are driving the prices down, you can't just show up with a Home Depot bucket and some trowels and make thousands of dollars. You got to justify what you're doing. In California, is a different ball game. Let me explain it. Um, Out here, the average house in Orange County is $1 million for a crap hole, crappy zip code. That's the average house. So if somebody buys a house here a few years ago and it went up 400 grand, they take the money out. They think it's free money. They remodel their house. They do their backyard. And then when a recession comes and it slows down and the interest rates go up, all of a sudden, oh, that's too much. They can't afford it with what they make without this house of cards that people on here live on. That's the fact of the thing. And I started putting these videos up, not for people that were diametrically not wanting to learn or change. I put it up for people who would get it and understand. And people all over are buying pumps. Let me tell you something. The key to concrete is how fast you get it on the ground. We get it on the. I can get two loads on the ground in 30 minutes in a area that's not accessible, like this pool deck. Why we're screening it, rodding it, the guys behind us bull floating it. It's already laid down on the ground. You can't wheelbarrow this stuff or use a motorized wheelbarrow or whatever the people use on here. Answer this. I mean, I'm sure you've seen on YouTube other people the way they do it, but it's a rhetorical question. You don't really have to answer that. It's just you can't wheelbarrow it and stuff and then throw a mag float on it and a bull float and mag float it and you think you're a finisher. It's not how it works. You got to steel trowel it. You need to skate it. You need to crawl it at least 2 or 3 times. You need to clean the joints as you're going the whole time, retool them out. That's how you do it. The way I'm doing it, we're working the concrete. We're always 2 steps ahead of it. Anyone else, the way you do it, the concrete's working them. You need to etch it. You need to cast it, mold it, shape it to make it look good. That's why everyone says, why does your stuff look so much better? And you can zoom in on it. It's just simple. You got to use a steel trowel on it. You got to crawl it out twice, 2 or 3 times, at least funny float it and skate it out twice. And with the recession, you got to diversify as much as you can. I mean, am I impervious to it or immune to the recession? No, I could get taken out too. But what I did was I gave myself a better chance. And believe it or not, my consultant business might pull me through what's going on. To be honest, I'm at probably 50%. A lot of bids I'm going on, they're like, whoa, that's way too expensive. So I'm weeding them out over the phone. And it hits California first. It'll be a domino. The whole place is a house of cards. So, but in other states, they don't live off their house like they do here. They live off their income. The houses don't jump a $500,000, in a year and crazy stuff like it does here. This is my buddy's crew. I just came in a couple hours, pumped 25 yards. I'm in and out, and you can make $800. I've been demoing backyards, $3 a foot. When I contract, I generally make 3,000 a day, and people are like, "Man, this dude's making 3 grand a day," but I could go demo 1,000 square feet out of a backyard and make 4 grand. So I don't understand. With no headaches, no employees, no, I could go pump and make 1,000, 1,500 a day. That's what I'm talking about. Since the beginning, I put these videos up. It was to show people that you have to diversify yourself. Smart people don't stay as a labor. There's nothing wrong with doing it and learning to go on rate, but you don't stay as a laborer forever, and it pigeonholes you. And you can't make the money and your family live the way you want to. So you have to gamble on yourself. Don't ever bet against yourself. You'll be fine. And people all over the country are buying pumps and calling me, so I think I'm going to have a traveling trade show, one of a kind, or trade school, excuse me. But this is easy. I mean, you can't wheel this. I'm doing this stuff in inaccessible areas, and effortlessly. I'm not even dirty. There's 2 steps on each side. This is how you lay it down. This is how you do it. You're not a real West Coast comparable finisher bull floating and magging it and calling yourself a finisher. It's why no one will zoom up on their work. They don't do anything worthy of doing it. And the YouTube in the end, in the next 20, 30, 40, whatever many years, it's going to be about the work. You know, I don't bring D level people out, put a camera on them, and then like a soap opera and make a big deal of when they screw up. I know what to expect of people. I only have the most professional people on my jobs, or you don't step foot on my jobs. I don't use laborers. My ace guys, we labor together. I have my tractor there. We set all elevations. I don't have low skilled people on my job, and that's no offense. Unless the guy's worthy of it and he's smart and he's intelligent, and I would bring him on and teach him from, and let him go on his own, because I look at YouTube as like being a dad. When you have a kid, you want to teach your kid to be better and live better than you lived. And then they teach their kid and so on and so on. And whatever small contribution it is to a world, you want to make it a better world, whatever the case is. And that's what I do on YouTube. I've given up so much information, but now you got to pay me if you want to talk to me. If you want to come here and roll with me, you got to pay me. I've given up enough information to the point now where I'm over it, But I've done like 8 or 10 phone consultations since I started this a couple of weeks ago. I'm traveling, like I said. I'm going to do a couple of videos just for advertisement for the consultation so people see what they get when I come out and pump with you, or a demo business or concrete or floating steps or whatever you want to do. I'll come out and do it with you. But that's the key to it, is having stuff where you can do equipment and you can work for other contractors if you need to, because there's a dead recession coming up, and I don't want to be a burden of bad news, but this is the beginning, and I'm at 50% diversified and marketed the way I am. So I'm going to have to switch gears and do other stuff, but it is what it is. I don't have control of it. I'm not happy about it, but that's just the way it is. Thank you very much for watching The Best in the West.